with our first team, we have a team that could be either incredible or they could be absolutely dog. And that would be the Bears at a good 9.5.
I don't think they'll be dog.
The Bears, they're not going to be dog water.
Go ahead, Ziggy. Take the Bears first.
I am going to take under here. Despite me saying that, I think they will be good. I think they will be competitive. I think that the offense is going to take a step forward. And I've been a fan of what the Bears have done this offseason up until this point. But the Chicago Bears haven't really, I don't think there were a lot of options, but they haven't done much to fix the actual needs of this roster, which is that they don't have enough defensive talent. Now, they've added like Devin Bush, they added Kobe Bryant as a safety, but they overperformed so much on defense last year, especially in close games where they desperately needed takeaways. The offense overperformed in really close situations. You can call it clutch if you want, but that doesn't tend to carry over year. Last year was a great year for Chicago. It was magical, and I think the foundation will continue to build, but I don't see double-digit wins. I'm going under.
I don't like that take. I don't like that take. I saw the magical season, right? The foundation was there, but that's what I think it is. It's a great foundation that they're going to build upon. How many wins did the Bears end with last season?
11, right? They were 11-6.
11-6. I don't know if I want to say higher than 11. that's a pretty big number. But no, I do think Caleb Williams is going to get better this offseason. I like Kobe Bryant coming in, right? We talked about him, one of the better safeties in football right now. Somehow Garrett Bradbury has turned into an elite center, so it seems. And
you get 2 free wins when you play the AFC East.
I was going to say, who do the NFC North teams play this year? The NFC South, who we just had 3 season from hell teams, candidates, and the AFC East, which I'm sorry, Zach, but the Jets and the Dolphins should also be 2 free wins. Things go right. So you're looking at all right there, 5 wins. Can the Bears, with the rest of their schedule, if you give them 5 wins from those games,
do you really want to pencil in 5 free wins for the Chicago Bears?
Yeah, I think I would. I think that they should win 3 of the 4 games against the NFC South, and they should beat the Dolphins and the Jets. So out of those 6 games, right, you're 5-1 in those 6 games right there. You got 12 games left, or 11 games left there.
Well, I agree with you. If they go 5-1 in those games, they'll hit 10.
Yeah, and I think they will. So if you go 5-1 in those games, can you go 5-6 the rest of your schedule? Yeah, I do. I think they can do that. So I like the Bears. I think they're going to have a really good year. I thought a lot of the moves they made, the DJ Moore trade, thought worked out well for them, getting the 2nd round pick. Obviously, the Dahlman retirement's not great. You're hoping Bradbury can keep his play elevated. But I think they're in a really good spot and one of the more exciting teams you could be rooting for right now in the NFL.
I never thought I would see the day that Paul stakes his prediction on Garrett Bradbury playing well. I thought you'd learned your lesson.
Even if Bradbury is just mediocre, and Bradbury could be bad. We've seen that before. But I think Caleb in year 2 with Ben Johnson has a chance to be really special. Will he get there? I'm not sure. But even if he doesn't, 10 wins should still be in play. So I'm going to go over for Chicago.
All right. Moving on to our next team. This team, since signing Dan Campbell as their head coach, has found their courage.
Mm.
You like that one? You like that one? I know.
No, there you go. A little Wizard of Oz.
A little Wizard of Oz, right. And since finding their courage, have become alpha in this division.
Okay.
And this is where we talk about the Lions at 10.5.
10.5 for Detroit. I'm going to go under. And I know a lot of Lions fans won't be happy to hear that, but I'm really concerned about Detroit up front. It just feels like that offensive line is not anything close to what it used to be. And obviously, Frank Ragnow was a beast. They got excited last year when it looked like for a second he was going to be coming back. If the identity of the Lions has been stripped, and until I see that back, and I didn't see it last year. I mean, in fact, when the Vikings played Detroit, we had negative, right? That was the game where Brosmer had -3 passing yards and the Vikings still won. I just have a hard time getting behind what's their line right now? Larry Borum, Mahogany, Cade Mays was a decent signing. Ratledge, like you got to prove it to me up there before I get back on board with the Lions being a serious NFC superpower. So I'm going to go under 10.5.
I think the offensive line will be better next year. Graham Glasgow, as Andy Herman predicted, was just terrible, and I think Mays is an improvement there. But even with a bad offensive line last year, Jared Goff and the offense were not the problem. The problem was the defense, right? Jared Goff was extremely productive.
There were some games where the offense was the problem.
Generally, if you look at the course of the season, the defense was the problem because it was more hurt than it was in 2025. Mm-hmm. Right? Everybody recognizes the Lions had a problem in 2024, of the injuries. Well, 2025 was worse, right? I don't know. Losing Muhammad on the defensive line certainly hurts. I get that. The secondary, I think, will be better next year. I'm confident with the safeties back and them being a little bit healthier. The offense is going to continue to click, and the defense, just by regression to the mean, will be improved. I'm taking over. I think the Lions are going to win this division this year, and we're going to remember why the Lions were seen as high as they were going into last year.
Here's the problem right here. I actually do think that the Lions are not 10.5 like win caliber team on an average schedule. I just ran through the NFC North, which we did just say, right?
The same arguments are going to apply.
No. I know. And I just saw the fourth place schedule. Son of a bitch.
Like the Lions, if you go by previous opponent winning percentage going into next year, the Bears have the hardest schedule in the entire NFL, and the Lions have the 6th easiest.
I'm going to have to take it back, aren't I? I'm sorry, Tom Monroe. Our buddy Jack, we have a couple big Lions fans, John as well.
You get to play, because you finished in 4th place, right? You get to play Tennessee, the New York Giants, and the Cardinals.
Yeah. I guess that if I'm looking at the schedule. Let's say they go 3-3 in the NFC North. Saints, Bucks, Pats. You probably win 2 of those 3. Now you're at 5 wins. Jets 6, Titans 7, Giants 8, Falcons 9, Panthers 10, Dolphins 11, Cardinals 12. So
it's right there. If they were what they were last year, they win double-digit games.
They should, but that's frustrating to me. Now I'm frustrated that we have such an easy debate. I guess I'll have to be happy for the Vikings when we get to it, but it's frustrating looking at the Lions schedule, feeling like they're a team that's going in the wrong direction. But yeah, I mean, based on that, I guess I would have to change my pick to the over. Maybe the NFC North might just all be overs here if we're looking at how bad the schedule is. So who we got next?
All right. The next team has had nothing but blue skies, happiness. What this podcast has been made off of. Packers at 10.5.
Well, I think they're the best team in the division. So I'll go over as well. But are we going to be sitting here with is this going to be one of those years where the NFC North? I was just going to say who's going to be the bad team. So I guess I'll go over for Green Bay. They're another team like the Lions with the injuries on defense, right? Green Bay had so many injuries to key players. Getting them back almost feels like you're having an influx of free agents, right? You could view Tucker Kraft almost like you're getting a new guy. Micah Parsons, you're getting him back as well. I'm going to go over 10.5 for Green Bay. And I feel most confident about that one.
I'm not beating the closet Packers fans allegation of this one because I'm going under.
Wow.
The Packers, I think they are a good team. There's no doubt about it. There's a lot of talent on this team. Getting Micah Parsons back, not week 1, but whenever they get him back will be important. Sky Moore was a nice addition for special teams. I get all of that. The problem is just the Packers are doing the same thing that they've done basically every year, right? Brian Gutekunst is drafting guys hoping to develop them. Matt LaFleur is begging for guys who are ready to play now, who can contribute to winning now. And the Packers just aren't getting them, right? The offensive line is a mess. You need to predict a lot of guys stepping up in big ways. You need Aaron Banks to be healthy and ready to go. You need Jordan Morgan to be ready to go. You need Belton to play way better than he did last year.
Mm-hmm.
Like this Packers roster, they've got a lot of good players, but they have a lot of positions that really need addressing too. So as much as I like Jordan Love and Christian Watson and hope that like Matthew Golden will step forward if I'm a Packers fan, between the offensive line and the need for so many players to step up on defense, because seriously, right? You've got some nice safeties, but you've got no one on the defensive line you're confident in besides Wyatt and Parsons, who are both coming off bad injuries. You've got Edgerrin Cooper has been up and down. He hasn't been able to find a spot in this defense. You've got a new defensive coordinator coming in that's going to shake everything up. I can't do it. I have to go under here. I think there's too many questions for the Packers.
This might be similar to the NFC South in that the Packers, Lions, and Bears right now, to me, are all going to be around that like 11 win total. And maybe it's just whoever gets to 12 is going to be the NFC North champion. Because I'm going through it. I'm just running through the schedules. Like, all right, it's not as easy as a 12 as Detroit. That last place schedule is valuable. I mean, we're talking about what the Rams and the the Rams were the NFC West team, right? That the Packers have, as opposed to the Cardinals for Detroit. I mean, that's just like that. That's probably a loss for Green Bay at SoFi and a win for Detroit. Like, then that's going to matter at the end of the year. Am I actually going to wind up picking the Lions to win the division just based on schedule? It's kind of nuts, but I'll go over Packers still. And that leaves us with one final team.
One final team. Here we are, folks. This team, if one quarterback plays, they could go 12 and 5?
Yeah, 12-5.
12-5. If another quarterback plays, they could go 5-12. That would be the Minnesota Vikings.
Since we're talking schedules, I just have to say we got completely screwed by that third place schedule.
Oh, it's horrible.
Because the three teams
it's just horrible.
Are the Washington Commanders, who will be healthy and finally back. A lot of people are predicting, including me. The Indianapolis Colts, who will have Daniel Jones back and improved defense. Everyone's going to be healthy there. And the 49ers, because why not? Right? The NFC West, you get their third place team, and it just happens to be, when healthy, one of the most talented teams in football.
Yeah, the team we kind of just predicted to win the NFC West.
Now, I'll say, if you're looking at the history of the Vikings 49ers over the past couple of years, I don't mind drawing San Francisco again.
On the road, it usually doesn't go well for us, though.
No, it's... boy, when's the last time we won in San Francisco?
I don't know if I've seen it in my lifetime. Or if I remember it. The
Minnesota Vikings won one game in 2007 on the road in San Francisco.
2007? I don't remember. That was Peterson's rookie year?
Yeah.
Peterson's
Adrian
rookie
Peterson
year.
had 14 carries for 3 yards in that game.
And we won.
It was a...
Patrick Willis, that was his rookie year too, right? 2007.
Yeah, it was a weird blowout win. It was a horrible 49ers team.
Who was our...
Right, Trent Dilfer and Sean Hill were the quarterbacks. It was a mess.
Jeez.
That is...
Peterson's rookie year was fun, though.
Yeah, look, but
8.5.
The Vikings, we got screwed by the schedule. I like Kyler Murray a lot as a player coming in. I think he elevates the floor for this team a good bit and potentially raises the ceiling if he can come in and play like he's been able to before. 8.5 is tough, though, because I just think about, it's easy to go back and say, well, the Vikings got better and they won what, 8 games last year? 9? No, we won 9 games last year. We would have beaten 8.5. But you think about how we got there, and I didn't see anything to inspire any confidence down that stretch. I don't think the defense is going to be single-handedly winning us as many games as they did last year. I have to take the under here.
I love this over. I love it, Ziggy. Tell me this home schedule here. Let's say Bears, Packers, Lions. Let's just say 3-3. I know maybe that's generous, but what, we were 4-2 last year. Let's just say 3-3.
We were 4-2 last year when the Packers rested all their starters for a game.
Sure,
and we won a game against the Lions with -3 passing yards.
Well, I mean that's more on Detroit than it is on us. But yeah, 3. Let's say 3-3. Okay, 3-3. Our home schedule: Falcons, Panthers, Dolphins, Colts, Commanders, Bills.
5 of those teams are more talented than us, at least.
Really?
Yes.
Miami's not more talented than us.
Nope.
You think Atlanta's more talented?
Yeah.
I think we could beat them at home. I mean, we just started talking about the Falcons being a season of hell team.
I think the Minnesota Vikings are my number one contender for a
season from hell. Really?
Well, the Minnesota Vikings season from hell is winning 7 games because that's what we do.
Yeah, I guess I'm just more bullish on Kyler Murray than most people are, and him being able to be decent and a decent quarterback with what we have, being able to get you closer to 9+ wins. I think with that schedule right there at home, you could be looking at another 4 or 5 wins, and then you just got to pick off 2 or 3 of Saints, Jets, Patriots, Bucks, 49ers, and you should be able to get the Jets one. So can you get one more win there between the 49ers, Bucks, Saints, and Patriots on the road?
Look, if that's how we're scripting things up, absolutely. But
now, yeah, you have to be great at home. I mean, I'm predicting them to go 8-1, 8-1 at home in that scenario, in all likelihood. So it's, I just think the Vikings are going to be competitive. I think they'll get to 9-8.
I don't see a team that was 4-4 at home last year going 8-1. I'm sorry.
4-4, but Ziggy, I mean, the most important position of all sports was the worst you've seen it in the Central.
Our defense is not going to be as good next year as they were last year.
Defense doesn't have to be as good when your quarterback's not the second worst quarterback of the century. You know what I mean? So I maybe I'm off here if I have over for all the NFC North teams, but
that seems hard to believe.
I don't think it's crazy to have the Vikings at 9 wins and the Bears, Lions, and Packers all around 11. Like I think that's kind of understandable, especially given.
You know what? If we sign DeAndre Hopkins, maybe then I'm going.
But this is where it's unrealistic because the NFC North's not going to clean sweep the NFC South.
No, we basically did that a couple of years ago, right? When the NFC North was like 35-3 in out of division games or something.
Yeah. It's just
that's not going to happen again.
But that's where I'm at from looking at right now. The Lions were the team that I wanted to go under on, but I actually might feel the most confident that they're the over right now, given the schedule that they have. So I guess it's going to be a weird year in the North. Very competitive again, though. Like we were saying, probably the most competitive division in football this season.
Down as I am about the Vikings and putting that negativity out there, this is basically the only division where every single team, I think, has at least a 10% chance of winning.
Yeah,